Hi, I'm Liz Schrum for the Wisconsin Technology Council, here with WisBusiness.com, the show. Just ahead, Tom Still talks about the oil and gas boom and what happens next. And Marian Singer, CEO of WellIntel, talks about what it takes to stay afloat in the water technology sector. And now, here's the WisBusiness.com stock report for mid-May. Rising State Business Climate Rankings. The latest rankings by Chief Executive Magazine continue to push Wisconsin up the list of best states in which to do business. The magazine's 2013 rankings placed Wisconsin 17th among the 50 states, up from 20th a year ago and 43rd as recently as 2009. And falling, State Business Tax Rankings. Wisconsin was 34th in a state-by-state ranking of business tax burdens, mainly due to business taxes paid into the state's Unemployment Insurance Compensation Fund. Using 2011 data, the report by Anderson Economic Group said Michigan ranked the worst among Midwestern states for its business tax burden, while Iowa ranked best. Tax law changes passed in 2011 are expected to improve Wisconsin's standing. And now, here's Tom Still with his Inside Wisconsin commentary.
By now, or so the experts predicted, we were all supposed to be driving electric cars and lighting our homes with energy produced on massive algae farms. That was before the energy revolution took an unexpected turn toward innovations surrounding some old-school technologies. The United States is well on its way to becoming virtually energy independent within a decade, in no small part because hydraulic fracturing and other drilling technologies are unlocking supplies of oil and natural gas within our borders. Oil imports have fallen to a 17-year low in the United States, despite competing demands created by emerging world economies that are using more fossil fuels. Remember peak oil and natural gas? What once seemed imminent has become a moving target thanks to technologies that have tapped reserves deep inside rock formations in Texas, North Dakota, Africa, Australia, and well beyond. That's good news for the economy, but unnerving for those who worry about the environmental effects of prolonged reliance on hydrocarbons. It's also a concern for states that fail to engage in the emerging clean tech economy at home and around the world. Striking a balance between the immediate benefits of the nation's oil and gas bonanza and adopting new conservation and generation technologies is the crux of a recent report by the Wisconsin Energy Institute. The report is titled How to Keep Wisconsin and the U.S. Competitive in a Changing Energy World and can be found on the Institute's website. The report may strike some readers as a bit fanciful, given the realities of the oil and gas boom. Why invest in alternative energy technologies if hydrocarbons are suddenly more available, affordable, and secure from foreign disruption? In some alternative energy sectors, the economic outlook is grim. In other sectors, however, there's hope. The average price of a solar power system has fallen by 31% in 2 years, for example, and solar energy now generates 6 times more electricity in the United States than it did 10 years ago. However, as prices for solar, wind, and other alternatives have stabilized or dropped, so have costs for generating energy from hydrocarbons. What worries many climate scientists is whether the indirect costs of continued reliance on oil, gas, and coal will lead to economic disruption in other forms. The report suggests Wisconsin and the nation should use the boom to hedge its bets now and invest in alternatives that could pay off down the road. In fact, Wisconsin is well positioned to become an exporter of clean energy technology and know-how. The state also has plenty of academic resources as well. As the economy heats up and world population grows, so will demand for energy in all forms. Today's oil and gas boom is buying valuable time, but investing in the energy future still makes sense.
Thanks, Tom. I'll be right back with Marian Singer, CEO of WellIntel, a water technology company based in Shorewood.
White Hirschbeck Dudek represents companies at all stages of development and in a wide range of industries to navigate the legal challenges of regional, national, and global growth. At WHD, every stage takes center stage.
I'm back with Marian Singer, CEO of WellIntel. Thanks for joining us, Marian.
Thanks, Liz. It's great to be here.
WellIntel is developing a well water information system for homeowners, farmers, and contractors. How does it work and what data will it provide?
Well, groundwater plays a critical role in the U.S., providing almost 50% of drinking water and irrigation water. But once a well is drilled, groundwater is essentially invisible and no one knows what's going on down there. We'd like to change that. WellIntel is a real-time information system with a sensor that measures the standing water level in a well, the pumping level, and then the recovery rate. Homeowners and farmers can look at this information on their smartphones and their computers, share information with their well servicer, or simply receive email alerts when there's a problem arising. With this information, they can better understand their own impact, nature's impact, and better manage their groundwater.
Water is still pretty cheap. What market forces are compelling better use of data about groundwater?
That's a great question, particularly coming from us here in Wisconsin, where we're pretty water rich. But if you talk to people in water-stressed areas, homeowners and farmers, they'll tell you that groundwater is their property value. And with recent drought, population, and overconsumption, greater stress is being put on the water table. In the U.S. right now, 60% of groundwater areas are under stress, and 80% of all agricultural lands in the U.S. last summer experienced drought. States want to do something about this. They're starting to have farmers put water flow meters on their irrigators, and they're starting to have people use less. The problem with this is that they're focusing on the demand, how much water is being used, rather than on the supply, how much is really down there. And effective groundwater management takes an understanding of both supply and demand. WellIntel hopes to fill that gap.
And how are you planning to finance the company?
Well, we've got a great team of engineers, scientists, and brand partners, and we're planning to launch in leading stores and through eager distributors next spring. We're about in the middle of our $2 million capital raise with individuals and investment funds. We're planning to close this October. A nice perk is that WellIntel has been certified as an Act 255 business by the WEDC, which means that a Wisconsin-based investor will receive a 25% state tax credit on their investment in the year of their investment.
Thanks, Marian, and thank you for watching this edition of WisBusiness.com, the show. The show is produced by WisBusiness.com and the Wisconsin Technology Council, and sponsored by BMO Harris, White Hirschbeck Dudek, MG&E, and UW-Milwaukee. Visit our websites to read and learn more. I'm Liz Schrum of Talent Foot Executive Search. See you next time.